What's up? Rob here, Old City Vapors, and today we are going surf fishing. That's right. I think this is my first fishing video that's going to be on this channel. It's been a long time since I've done any fishing videos. I used to do them way back in the day, and well, hey, you never know what you're going to find on this channel. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to find. Anyway, Mama said. Um, Yeah, today I'm surf fishing off the northeast coast of Florida here in St. Augustine, Florida, and catching a few nice sized little whiting. Not any huge ones. They've been kind of running small here, but they're plentiful. I've been fishing down by the inlet, and I started calling it the kiddie pool because they've been really small down there lately. So I moved up further up the beach norther. I moved further north up the beach and found a little bit better size whiting, some keeper size. I've been throwing all those little dudes back in the water so they can grow up and I can catch them again at a later time. Just chucking my baits out there, my lines, whatever, trying to get them past that mid break out there, just on the back side of that. There's a sandbar out there, the wave pops up, breaks. Further out, there's another sandbar, and in between those two is a nice trough, and that seemed to be where the fish were hanging out today. If you notice that little rod in my surf cart there, that's I usually bring a small rod with me now that I have the surf cart, because sometimes the fish are just right off the beach. You don't even really need a surf casting rod to get to the fish some days because they're just 20 feet off the beach right there. It really just depends. There's my rig. I tie them all myself. Why go to the store and pay $3 or $4 or $5 a piece for them when you can tie them yourself? Really simple. Just 2 drop loops using #1 circle hooks, and I have a clip on the bottom for my weight and a swivel at the top to attach it to my main line. And today I was chucking 6 ounces of lead because you can't really tell in the video, but there was quite a bit of current heading to the south and needed some weight to stay on the bottom. Waves aren't really that big, but there seemed to be a lot of current. There's another nice little whiting right there, and he went into the cooler. I invited him home for dinner, him and several of his buddies. Ended up catching probably 8 whiting and I don't know, half a dozen bluefish. Ended up bringing 2 of those home. Kind of funny because a lot of my friends are like, dude, you're eating bluefish? What the hell's the matter with you? You can't eat those. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I know people up north eat bluefish, and the bluefish up north get a whole lot bigger than the ones here. Here, a big bluefish is maybe 2 pounds or so, 2 or 3 pounds. Up north, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 pounds bigger. They just don't get that big around here. It's kind of rarity to catch one over a few pounds. But yeah, if you clean them right and cook them right, I can cook fish, throw a couple bluefish in there, and most of my friends would never have a clue they were eating bluefish. Just depends on how you clean them. You got to cut that little red strip of dark meat out of them. Anyway, like I say, chucking my lines out there, trying to get it past that mid break. That seemed to be where the fish were hanging out today. And using 2 Daiwa Seacast rods, 11-foot rods, rated 4 to 7 ounces. They're my 2 favorite rods. I used to make rods, and still these 2 are still my 2 favorite go-to rods. I have several surf rods. These seem to always be the ones I grab. And on them are 2 ABU Garcia Ambassador reels, 6500s. And they're spooled up with Ande 15-pound clear mono, and nothing fancy. Works for me, and like I say, just using that double drop leader with #1 circle hooks, and seems to be the way to go. There's another little whiting right there. He was a small one, but he was big enough to be a keeper, and he went in the cooler along with his buddies, and they all came home for dinner as I whacked the camera with them right there. Anyway, that's it. Oh, I'm using dead shrimp for bait, and those orange things that are on there, those are called Fishbites. I've been tipping my hooks with a couple pieces of Fishbites. It's a little artificial bait, and I've been using those lately, and they seem to work. A lot of times you'll get a hit, something will steal your bait, your shrimp, or whatever you're using, and they'll come back and hit that fish bite as well. And I've hooked several fish on those, whiting and pompano. So there you go. There you have it, just a little bit of surf fishing. Like I said, this is probably my first surf fishing video for the channel, and who knows, there's probably going to be more. So if you like eclectic, crazy, who knows what you're going to get, hit the subscribe button. Now, let's go clean a couple of whiting. I'll show you how I clean them, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, a simple fish fillet method that I use on these little whiting. Caught a bunch of these today out in the surf here in St. Augustine, surf fishing. And now I'm gonna fillet these out, show you how easy it is to fillet these little fish. And even though they're small, these are really good eating fish. And the way I clean them is just like this. Just run the knife right up by the head, fillet the fish right down the side, just like that. Bam! Right along that bone there. There's all the bones, the back bones, and what have you. Flip them over. Do the same thing on the other side. Bam! You can almost see through there. Nice and thin little skeletal remains there of that fish. And my dog's down here freaking out because she has a new fetish for raw fish. And skinning these, I just start from the tail, kind of hold the skin down, run the knife right along that skin, kind of seesaw it back and forth, and booyah, skinned fillets. Same thing with this piece. Started at the tail, hold it down, skin it right up like that. Again, skin comes off nice and clean, paper thin. Don't have to scale them, don't got to deal with anything like that. Now there's some little rib bones right there. Some people leave those in. I tend to cut them out, and that's really easy as well. Just find where the bone is, and cut out that little belly or rib section. Make sure there's no little nicks of bones there, because my wife finds a bone in the fish, and as much as she loves fish, she will be done with it. She hates bones in her fish. So if there's any little bones sticking in there, I just pull it out like so. Now it's a nice clean little fillet of fish. These little belly pieces, you can cook them up. If you have a whole bunch of fish, you can cook them up. What I do is chop the meat off without the bones in it, and give it to my dogs. They love fresh raw whiting. I don't know what it is. I thought my dogs liked chicken, but holy crap, they freak out on some whiting. So do the same with this piece. Find those little bones, cut them out of there, and there's a couple little fillets. Raw fish. I prefer mine cooked, but I do like sushi too. So hey, who knows? Maybe we'll try some of that. Just not with these. Should I show you guys how I'm going to cook these too? Maybe we'll do that too. These dogs are digging some fish bellies, some white and fish bellies. Hey, you missed that one. All right, there you go.